Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is April 29th, and the title of today's devotional is The Graciousness of Uncertainty. It has not yet been revealed what we shall be, 1 John 3 and verse 2. Our natural inclination is to be so precise, trying always to forecast accurately what will happen next, that we look upon uncertainty as a bad thing. My first thought when I read this was how grossly uncomfortable we are with uncertainty. We want a 10-day forecast to know if it's going to rain, and we have a groundhog to determine for us if spring is closer or later. We don't like uncertainty. Chambers continues, we think that we must reach some predetermined goal, but that is not the nature of the spiritual life. The nature of the spiritual life is that we are certain in our uncertainty. This truth is seen in the definition of faith, the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Due to the nature of our faith in God, Chambers says we do not put down roots. In Colossians 3, we read that our citizenship is in heaven, and that is where we set our minds. Following along Chambers' line of thought regarding our nervousness regarding times of uncertainty, he says, our common sense says, well, what if I were in that circumstance? We cannot presume to see ourselves in any circumstance in which we never have been. In the Narnia series, Aslan very wisely says, no one is ever told what would have happened. Worry is never over what is, but what could be, but of which we don't know. It's positional, not situational. Chambers addresses the Christian outlook. Certainty is the mark of the common sense life. Gracious uncertainty is the mark of the spiritual life. Pause for a moment with those two words, gracious uncertainty. Though uncertain of upcoming events, we are certain of His grace, His love for us. Continuing, to be certain of God means that we are uncertain in all our ways, not knowing what tomorrow may bring. This is generally expressed with a sigh of sadness, but it should be an expression of breathless expectation. We are uncertain of the next step, but we are certain of God. Is this not a remarkable way of considering life? I don't have any idea for what I'm in store, but I am utterly confident in God and His watch care over me. What a liberating feeling this offers us. O.C. tells us that as soon as we abandon ourselves to God and do the task that He has placed closest to us, He begins to fill our lives with surprises. Again, do not skip over what he says here. There is the abandonment of ourselves to God, but it is combined with our doing the task God has set closest to us. Chambers advocates for an active Christian life. You no longer run or control your life, for it is in the hands of God. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. I don't go through mundane existence that mirrors the life lived by unbelievers around me. My desire is to be abandoned unto God for the purpose of being lived through by Him. With that, then will come surprises because your life is not common as those around you. Chambers closes out with a reminder that our relationship to God is to be in the like manner of a child, one who is completely dependent on adults for their care and provision in everyday life. Jesus said, unless you become as little children. The spiritual life is the life of a child. We are not uncertain of God, just uncertain of what He is going to do next. When we have the right relationship with God, life is full of spontaneous, joyful uncertainty and expectancy. Leave everything to Him, and it will be gloriously and graciously uncertain how He will come in, but you can be certain that He will come. Remain faithful to Him. I ask that God's indwelling Spirit now take these considerations and permeate us daily with greater zeal for and confidence in living unreservedly for God. If you haven't yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers yet, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. Also, please share below any prayer requests that you may have, and also any comments or questions. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.